Okay, I'm Nikki. I'm the manager and publican of the Three Cottages in Hasland. So running a food-led pub. So a lot of our business comes when people come in for something to eat, as opposed to a drinking pub. And this is my husband John.
I don't work here, but I help out as and when required, as I am a food safety auditor for NSF.
Well, John had the initial contact with Chesterfield College. You've worked with them for a few years now. From a business point of view, one of the key things is having somebody that wants to work in this industry. You can teach people how to do the job, but having a passion for it and wanting to do it and enjoying it isn't something that you can teach somebody. So from our point of view, having somebody come in that's got the skills, that's got the want and the desire to work in this sort of job, makes training them and fitting them into place an awful lot easier. So even though they've not particularly got the experience maybe of working in a real live restaurant, they want to do it. This is not a sort of job that you can just kind of turn up and do. You've got to enjoy it, you've got to love it, you've got to have a passion for it, because if you don't, that does reflect in the role that you're doing every day, and vice versa. If you do, this job just gets better and better. So from our point of view, working with somebody that's new and fresh and enthusiastic and watching them grow, Ashley's been here nearly 3 years now, and the difference is, astounding. Oh, they're a pivotal part of the business. Leanne runs the kitchen behind Richard, who's my head chef. Ashley does both now, so she can run out front, she can run the kitchen, stock control, obviously all the food hygiene and all the legalities that you have to do in the kitchen is all second nature to them guys now. They are we're a small team, and particularly a kitchen team generally are full-time, and they are the kitchen is the engine room of the whole business, really. So yeah, it's very important. It's very important because having that relationship with the college, them knowing us, they don't want to recommend a business to a student without feeling confident that they will be looked after, that they will be kept safe, that they will be trained, that they will, all of that they've learned at college will carry on. So having a relationship with the college is important, and they need somewhere to go. They've just worked really hard for 2, 3, 4 years. So to have them come out of college and into a job, in my opinion, is the ideal situation, really. I did that when I came out of college and walked into a job, and I've never not worked since. And I think it is important to be able to put those skills into practice, to be able to learn on the job, to have the confidence of the skills. The thing you perhaps don't get at college is the pace, is the unknown quantity of how busy you're going to be and what's going to happen on a particular shift, or that every single person all comes in at 6 o'clock. I remember when I was at college, it was all very structured, but they're the life lessons that they learn here, and to do it straight from college into work is the ideal.
That's how we train them into here, want to do it right, and point of contact with college, Ian, he's not going to recommend someone who he doesn't think is going to be good enough for the job.
I grew up in pubs. It was what my parents did. Not so much food-led pubs, but this is, it's, as I said at the beginning, this is not a job you can just, turn up at and do. You've got to enjoy it. The hours aren't, Monday to Friday, 9 till 5. It isn't, very, very structured. Every day is different, and I really enjoy that side of it. I really enjoy the fact that no 2 days are the same. The buzz of Christmas and all of them sort of things, weddings, there's nothing like the buzz of those sort of things going well, and the adrenaline when it's happening. And yeah, it's either in you or it isn't. And I'm really lucky here that the people that work here do enjoy this sort of job and this sort of work. And I think if you do it and you enjoy it, a lot of people stay in it. That will be your career. And there are lots and lots, as John's proved. You know, he's started off washing pots in a kitchen, 15 years ago?
15 years ago.
And not really worked in catering before then, had you? And
no,
now...
I'd done bars and stuff, but I'd not gone into the kitchen until about 15 years ago. And got trained up to head chef, and then I was training back of house, kitchen teams. Then we came here, and a catering development manager for the brewery, and got redundancy because of COVID, but then because the people I knew within Whitbread mentioned NSF wanting auditors, so I studied food safety level 4, health and safety level 4 to become that. So it's always learning, there's always progression, there's always something they can do within this industry.
And actually John works pretty much Monday to Friday 9 till 5 now-ish, don't you? So it doesn't necessarily mean that you never, you know, that there's all sorts of different avenues to progress from. And as I say, I've done it since I was 14. You've only done it since you were an adult. But yeah, there's all sorts of different areas that you can move into and progress to and learn. But yeah, I do think it's something that you'll probably do forever. If that's a good thing or a bad thing. So COVID obviously changed things completely, going from working 7 days a week to people being in and out of the building all the time to sitting at home and doing nothing. It was lovely for a little while, but you need something. So we started doing takeaways, we did homemade pies and Sunday dinners, which actually there was a real need for. People were getting fed up of pizzas and Chinese and Indians, and were actually craving something more homemade, not quite as unhealthy. So that kept us going for a little while. And then you've just got the different, obviously coming out of lockdown, we had Help Out to Eat Out, which was amazing in some respects, but put a lot of pressure on the industry, and trying to keep people safe through that demand was difficult. Then obviously I think we closed again, and we did Christmas in lockdown, which again was a good thing to keep serving the community and taking out meals and doing all of that sort of thing, but obviously very different to what we used to.
We did Christmas Day takeaway.
We did Christmas Day in a box. And you kind of, for your own mental state, had to keep going, but also trying to keep in touch with what were your customers and what were your going to be wanting people to come back. So that, and having things to talk about on Facebook and having the staff come in, even if it was just a couple of days a week, it gave them something to sort of say, right, I've got to do this because tomorrow I'm at work. So that was a good thing. And now it's just kind of trying to get back into some sort of normality. When everybody first came back, it was very different. Everybody was very sort of living our best lives, ordering champagne and Prosecco, and it really changed who and how your business was running for a while. But that all seems to be settling down again now, and things seem to be getting back to normality. People seem more comfortable coming out, and touch wood, so far we've been kept safe, and we're lucky in the sense that most people that come here sit at a table, have an order taken and have the stuff brought to them. There are a lot of people that were making their money on being really busy and shoulder to shoulder, and they've had to adapt things an awful lot more than we have.
We've always done table service.
Yeah, it wasn't a huge shift when all of those things came into place.
Staff were kind of used to that anyway, so it wasn't such a big change for them. So
we don't have there's not a big sort of drinking culture where, people maybe forgetting how they need to be in COVID times and things. It was still very food-led. So, yeah, and now it's just getting us through it. I'm very proud that we're still here, after all of that. I would say just try and get out there. We take people on here from 14. So I've got kids as young as 14 here washing pots on a weekend. And the confidence that can bring to, coming out and going to work and earning a bit of money, even at that young age, can really make a difference. And
gives them confidence.
Yeah, and there are a lot of transferable skills within our industry that no matter what you end up doing when you get older or you've done your qualifications, even if you didn't end up going down this particular path, there are a lot of things that you learn within this job that you can take to other jobs. So just get out and wash pots for a few hours on a Saturday. There's, you know, getting your foot in the door somewhere is a very, very useful skill. It gets you a reference, or it gets you somebody that you know, or, oh, I know that lad. Yes, he was really good when he worked for me. And I do think this is an industry where there will always be employment. It cannot be replaced by anything else. You always need somebody, a person that can cook, that can serve, that can look after somebody. And it's a growing industry in a lot of areas, if we not think about COVID too much. So yeah, just get out, make contacts with people, try it. You know, not every area will suit you. You know, this pub suits me, this suits my personality, and I think it's the same for everybody. Some people like working in loud, noisy nightclubs till 2 a.m, or a little cafe serving cake. You know, there's lots of different areas and aspects. Just try it. No, I don't.
I think it's
Yeah.
the students who I've had through Ian have always been really, really good.
I think they come in fairly open-minded. I think they've got their eyes out. I don't think they come in and go, oh, didn't think this was what it was. You know, I think.
And I think because some of the companies we work for, they do things right, so the training's there, so it's very much, they've got that level of training, but they can progress a bit more, and a lot of what you've done at college makes a lot of sense when they come to actually working in the industry.
Yeah.
I don't think it's too much of a shock. I think they do probably explain to them that each place is different. Some might be a lot of scratch cooking, some might not be so much, so it's just they'll learn that by learning the menu, so there's always different aspects to it.
Yeah, and as I say, I've not found any, sort of issues with it at all.